Really, just give it time. Takes people a few minutes.
See my little sign. Alright, we should be on now. You guys tuned back in. Sorry about that. I was just really getting into that. Yeah.
Give it 3 or 4 minutes.
Alright, now we're on. I'm just going to noodle away here for a minute so everybody's got a chance to get dialed back in. Little hot? Still trying to get this sounding right for you guys. I want to play some electric guitar this week. How's that sound? How's that hitting you guys? It's rocking in my headphones, but I could be blowing up the microphone. Hey Floyd? Okay. We're on. How's everybody going? Rockin' the curl. Yeah. If anybody saw my post this week, got some funny comments about that. I actually got a funny phone call today from Jack Ingram, who I haven't caught up with since I moved to Austin, but he was like, hey man, I heard you moved to Austin, that's great. Really looking forward to catching up, hanging out. He was like, another thing is, I just saw on Facebook you posted a funny picture of your hair, talking about your hair, and he's like, I gotta say, man, in like the 20-something years I've known you, and all the times I've been around you, I've never thought about your hair. It's like, it's so funny what goes on in people's brains and you have no idea. I thought that was pretty funny. Having trouble chatting. I think I have it now. Okay, good. I had some other funny comments too. It's been a lifelong obsession. Just ask my wife. My hair. I have no idea why, but literally as far back as I can remember, when I was a kid, I just obsessed with my hair. Always trying to straighten it, the front of my hair especially. Nothing I can do about the rest of it now. It's all over the place. But video is fuzzy. Oh man. Let me see if I can help that. Make it a little bit brighter. Guitars everywhere in here. Well, that's pretty bright. How's that? Does that help? Good. Clear as. There you go. Seems good here. Okay, excellent. Finally found you. Sorry about the delay tonight, folks. I was just having a really good time playing my Firebird, and I had no idea you guys couldn't hear a thing. Too bright? Yeah, push it back. Oh, okay.
It looks good.
Okay. Too bright now, my wife says. How's that? Okay. Alright. Okay. Excellent. There we go. That feels good. That feels good to me. Hair, I'll take any. Yeah. Don't talk to me about your hair problems. I know. It's not a problem. It's not a problem anymore. I've decided there's nothing I can do about it. It just is what it is. And it looks pretty ridiculous tonight, but when the pandemic first happened, my wife and I were talking. I was just thinking about this a minute ago, and we were like, we really should figure out how to trim the overhead a bit. And my first thought was, well, I'll just start cutting my own hair, because that'll save us like $50 every 3 or 4 months. And she started laughing, and I was like, no, I'll just do that. I'll just start cutting my own hair. That's a start. Not the phone bill. Not like Netflix, one of the channels. One of the 5 channels that we seem to subscribe to every month. I just thought, I'll just start cutting my own hair. And it's just getting ridiculous. Anyway, it's pretty fun to actually cut your own hair. It is fun, even if it just looks silly. And I love cutting Cass's hair. Our boy Cass. More light than some of the sheds from the road. That's right. I was saying last week I missed the little garden shed in Santa Cruz, where this all started. There was just something really rugged about that. Felt like I was in the trenches. I'm having trouble hearing you. Oh, I'm sorry, Patricia. Turn the mic up a bit?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. More level? Man. Just failing on every front here.
You should really need a sound check.
How's that? Is that better? Can you guys hear me now? Sound is fine here. Alright. Well, I guess it's one of those Friday nights. It's different for everybody. Okay, good. Okay. All right. So here we are with 15 minutes. Fashionably late. And let's play some music. I'm going to start with this because Carol in Scottsdale, Arizona requested this. Volume's better now. Alright, excellent. I was just crapping on anyway for the first 15 minutes, so you didn't miss anything if you didn't hear that. Okay, we'll get to the mailbag in a bit. We had some good messages this week, and I'm gonna get to those. But first, I'm gonna play this song that I haven't played in years. I saw this boy and girl tonight, reminded me of you and I. Better day. Then I saw him steal a kiss. I realized you're all I miss. And that's all it takes. I get that heart aching, on the edge of breaking. A never-ending road that's twisting, taking me back to where we were back then. I get that high, lonesome, low down and then some. Whiskey drinking, what was I thinking? Why I ever left you feeling again? It's been forever since I've seen you. The grass still isn't any greener on the other side. Someone told me live and learn, play with fire and you get burned. Well, I did. Now I'm paying the price, and I get that heart aching, on the edge of breaking. A never-ending road that's twisting, taking me back to where we were back then. I get that high, lonesome, low down and then some. Whiskey drinking, what was I thinking? Why I ever left you feeling again? I tell myself I'm over you, then I wake up to the cold hard truth again and again. And I get that heart aching, on the edge of breaking. A never-ending road that's twisting, taking me back to where we were back then. I get that high, lonesome, low down and then some. Whiskey drinking, what was I thinking? Why I ever left you feeling again? I get that high, lonesome, low down and then some. Whiskey drinking, what was I thinking? Why I ever left you feeling again? Whiskey drinking, what was I thinking? Why I ever left you feeling again? All right. I haven't played that song in years. Okay, thanks everyone for tuning in again Friday night. Super appreciate it. It's good to see all you fine folks, the French Family Band. How's it going? We miss you guys. I'm super nervous now. For those that don't know, the Frenches, they are just the most talented family in the whole world. They do a live stream every week. Is it on Saturdays? Is that right? I think it's on Saturdays. It's so good. They're unbelievable. You guys need to tune in and check it out. Stuart, the dad, and my friend that I've known for years, has just been a massive influence on me for many, many years. He's absolutely one of the greatest guitar players alive. And the whole family is just unbelievable. Alright, I'm going to play another tune because I feel like I need to get warmed up here. Let's play this one. I've been the dreamer, I've been the drunk, been high as sunshine, low down in a funk, been everything there is to be in this town. Man, it's feeling good to be the stranger now. I tried religion, I tried freewheeling, I tried believing in things I wasn't feeling. I almost lost myself just trying to get found. Man, it's feeling good to be the stranger now. I started leaving without knowing. I started walking, just kept going. When I was so gone, there was no point in turning around. Man, it's feeling good to be the stranger now. I like the air here, I like the crows, I like the fact I've got a name no one knows. Feels like a future without a history hanging around. Man, it's feeling good to be the stranger now. I started leaving without knowing. I started walking and just kept going. When I was so gone, there was no point in turning around. Man, it's feeling good to be the stranger now. Man, it's feeling good. To be the stranger. I am the stranger. All right. Deathly silent on Queenswood Drive. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Alright, I've got a big list of songs here, and I'm just gonna burn through a few, and then we'll get to the mailbag and some other fun stuff I've been thinking about this week. Let's see. gonna play that. I was talking about Guy Clark last week. And Olympic canned clapping. Yeah. Yeah. I could use that all day. I wrote about, I think I probably wrote about 8 or 10, maybe a dozen or so songs with Guy Clark over the years, and a lot of them I haven't recorded just because I haven't gotten there yet, but I've been playing this one live for a long time, and my wife was like, you should play that. You should play that, maybe cut that on the next record. So I think I'm gonna do this one. Anyway, I'm still working it up. We'll see how it goes acoustic. Streetlight breaks the night, your body breaks the bank. My smirk becomes a smile, and I've got you to thank. Every curve, every corner makes me think that I could fly. I'm so close to heaven now, I just wanna die. Ooh, there's nothing else I'd rather do. Ooh, I just wanna kill my blues with you. The sky is spitting lightning, ozone in my brain. I can see your silhouette coming through the rain. There's nothing left that scares me, I'm much cooler somehow. I used to do without you, but I can't do without you now. There's nothing else I'd rather do. I just wanna kill my blues. Use me like a weapon to keep you safe at night. Use me like a shawl to wrap you up so tight. No one is a victim when you put it my blues with you. Come on. Okay, that one's going on the next record. I was thinking we could do like a cool kind of like Who outro, like a Pete Townsend, like a fake outro. Anyway, okay. I was thinking about this song this week because I was trying to remember High Lonesome for Carol, and I was thinking about this song because where did I put it? I put the oh yeah, here it is. I was thinking about this because one of the first rights that I had in Nashville was sorry, I turned these effects off. It's so fun playing with some reverb and slapback. So much more fun. But it sounds silly when you're talking, unless you're at a baseball field or something. One of the first rights I had was with this guy Billy Burnett, and I didn't know much about who Billy Burnett was or who his dad was. I just kind of saw him on my writing schedule, and I was like, all right, cool. And I showed up at his house with Terry McBride, and he came to the door, and he had this incredible head of hair, perfectly sculpted rockabilly hair, black. And I was like, oh wow, this is going to be fun. And it was super fun. We had a great day, and we wrote High Lonesome, and Billy and I became great friends and hung out a lot over the years and wrote a bunch of songs and wrote a ton of songs with Sean Camp, the three of us, and holy shit, did we get into some trouble. Anyway, I've always loved a song that he and Sean wrote that Del McCoury recorded, and I'm sure other people have recorded it. I love Billy's version. Billy's cut a couple of versions of it, I think. There's a live record that he made that he recorded in New York, Billy Burnett. And for anyone that doesn't know a lot about Billy, he was in Fleetwood Mac for a minute when Lindsay left the band, and he was around LA a lot, and was friends with Delaney and Bonnie, and was part of that scene. And Billy's dad was Johnny Burnett. And for anyone that doesn't know, I was talking to Billy about, and he did tell me was really what happened. The term rockabilly actually is two kids' names, Rocky and Billy. And Rocky is Billy's cousin, and Billy's dad had a trio in Memphis. I think they were called the Rock and Roll Trio. You correct me if I'm wrong. And when they would rehearse at the house, Billy and his cousin Rocky would dance in the living room to their dads playing music, and the term rockabilly comes from them watching their kids. What's cooler than that? Nothing's cooler than that. This song's cool. I'm going to try to do it justice. Seasons come and the seasons go, and the reason you All right. I saw him play with Mac in Perth. How cool is that? Man, I would love to have seen him with Fleetwood Mac. He's such a good guy, Billy. I love running into him in Nashville anytime I'm around. Such a fun guy. Best head of hair. All right. We got some letters this week. Which, thank you for anybody that sent in a letter to the mailbag. I printed them out because, well, our neighbor printed them out. Our printer doesn't work. Okay, first one. From Austin McCahan. I hope I'm saying that right. Hey, Jedd. I was in middle school when I first heard the song High Lonesome and was hooked ever since. Cool. I saw you in Kansas City with Vince Gill, and to be honest, I'm not sure if I went to see you, Vince, or Charlie Worsham. That being said, your old song Soldier for the Lonely really hits the soul. Could I request that? Yes, you can. And I've been working on that this week, and I'll get there. Give me next week, all right? Next week I'll play it. That's not an easy one just to dust off. It's actually harder than I remember it being. But I will play it for you. Also, care to share about being on tour with Vince and Charlie? Thanks, Austin. Yeah, man, I mean, that was like a total dream gig for me. When I was growing up in Quorn, which is a tiny town in South Australia, my mum bought every Vince Gill CD he ever made, I'm pretty sure. And, I mean, I just have Vince Gill in my DNA, probably. And I knew every song from all of those records. I used to sit down and try to figure out the guitar solos and try to sing really high like that, which I never could. Maybe I could when I was younger. But I remember hearing his Telecaster tone. It was so amazing. It had like this incredible presence, like compressed presence in the tone. It was so amazing. And so I used to try to find any information I could about how he got his sound, and I tried to, learn those solos. And so fast forward years later, I met Vince when I was in Nashville and signed to MCA. And I sat in with him a couple times in like the early 2000s. And then when we moved back to Nashville from LA, Tom Bukovac was out on the road with him, and he called me and he was like, hey man, would you want to do the Vince gig? I just got called to go play with Joe Walsh this summer, and that's kind of like my dream gig. And I know you've always loved Vince, and I said, yeah. Would I ever? I already know all the songs. And so Vince gave me a call about a week later, and it was so much fun. So much fun. That band was unbelievable. Paul Franklin and John Jarvis and Glenn Worf was playing bass the first year. Wendy Moten, Charlie Worsham, who you mentioned, who I love dearly. Such a talented, unbelievable singer and songwriter and guitar player. It was super fun. And what I loved, I mean, I love Vince to death. He's one of the coolest people in the world. And I try to check in with him from time to time. Say good day. I just spoke to him a couple of weeks ago, and they were rehearsing, going out with the Eagles this fall. But what I loved about Vince and the gig was he just loved to play. He loved long sound checks, and he loved long shows just because he loved to play so much. So like some nights we would play 2.5, 3 hours, and sound checks with, an hour or more of us just jamming, really, playing anything that he wanted to play. It was such a fun band and incredible experience to be part of that level of musicianship and intellect and just like musical heart. A lot of heart in that band. And the other incredible thing was the level of, I'm kind of going in deep here, but I'm just going to go there for a minute. The level of self-mixing. And in saying that, what I'm saying is the intensity that everybody was listening to each other was so incredible that it was like, even though there was a guy running the sound, it was like what we were doing on stage would control the sound so much, the delicacies and intricacies of everybody's playing and everybody's sensitivity to one another was like a lifelong lesson for me. And it was like being in a big band, like, I don't know, like one of those classic big bands from the 30s or 40s, you know. It was like, that's how it felt. Something I'll never forget. Okay, Gregory Bryant. Hey Jedd, I think your voice and your guitar were made for the songs and your time spent performing and touring with Emmylou Harris and Rodney Crowell. Alright, thanks. I've seen Emmy with most of her bands over 30 years. She has a pretty good eye for talent, and you were the best. Oh, thanks, mate. Would love to hear your favourite memories of that time, why you think they chose you, and what helps you to identify with their songs. Emmy will always say she didn't have enough tragedy as a kid. Any song you liked from that tour would be awesome to hear. Thanks for continuing the sessions. Greg. Alright. Thanks, man. Thanks for writing in. So I was with Emmy and Rodney. I've been on and off with Rodney for about 15 years, maybe a bit longer. And then I had been touring with Rodney, and I just had a B-bender put in one of my Telecasters, which is... It wasn't this actual guitar, it was a different one I had. It was a red one. Anyway, this is a contraption called a B-bender. And the guy that designed this is still alive and building these. His name's Gene Parsons. He was the co-creator. He and Clarence White came up with this. I think there was another bloke too, I can't remember his name. Anyway, I had just gotten this, and I'll show you how this works real quick, just because it's fun. So basically what happens is, this thing here, it's hard to do backwards, this thing is a contraption that pulls this string up to this note, like this. Amazing. Some guy thought of that. So I had just gotten one of those, and I was playing with Rodney one night, and he turned around and he heard me using the B-bender, and he had a big shit-eating grin on his face. He was like, oh. He's like, man, you got a B-bender. I said, yeah, I can finally play all those Albert Lee licks I've been struggling with all these years. And a couple months later, he called me and he said, hey, Emmy and I are making a record, and we'd love it if you'd come play guitar on some tracks, and then come out on the road and play your B-bender, and, you know, be Clarence White and be Albert Lee and be Jedd Hughes on a B-bender. And I was like, well, hell yeah, that's another dream gig. Check that box. Playing a real country guitar gig with two of the absolute legends of country music. And And that was fun. We went all over the world. We went to Australia and we went to Europe a few times and all over America and Canada, and we were on tour with Richard Thompson and co-headlining. It was super fun. Richard Thompson, my God, that guy's unbelievable. So that was a fun. That was like we did a year, and then we put it down, and I just stayed on with Emmy for a year, and we the same band played with Emmy, and then we went out again, and then we made a record actually with that band that was touring, with Joe Henry producing, and it was super fun making a record because the live band had gotten really good, and we had a real vibe. We got a pretty cool sound going, and so we went in and made a record with the same crew. Bill Payne actually came in and played some keys as well, and then we went out again, and we toured another 18 months, I think, on that record, on the second one, which was called The Travelin' Kind. That was fun, super fun. Actually, somebody gave me some cool. They printed some huge photos of us on stage from that tour. Some of my favorite memories shows were the Hardly Strictly Bluegrass festivals we played, because Emmy traditionally plays the Sunday last set, and we did that a couple times with that band, and it's in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco. Sunday night, if you can imagine the sun falling into the Pacific, shining through the park and over like tens of thousands of people that have been hanging out at this festival all weekend, and us, playing, Wheels and San Antonio Rose, and just amazing country music. How did that happen to me? I don't know. Okay, a couple more. This is from an old friend of mine in Australia. I haven't heard from in ages. His name's Michael Godfrey. How's it going, mate? He sent me a really nice long email, and I'm going to get back to you about all of that stuff. I'm just going to pick out a couple things to talk about here real quick, because God knows I can ramble. What and how do people like myself do to make $1 when we create in the studio? Is there such a system in place? If I could follow my dream, it would be creation of music. Good. I guess asking you for some pointers. I'd honestly be honored if you could help me with some advice or coaching, mentorship. What would you do? Man, I got a couple ideas for you. First thing, I'm in a songwriting club, and I have to write one song a week totally by myself and turn it in by midnight Thursday night every week. And if I don't, I get kicked out of the club. You go to the back of the line. And so there's a line to get into these things. It's a popular thing now, a thing called Song Club. And it's really great because it sort of holds you accountable and keeps you writing even if you don't have a lot of other stuff going on. Which, let's face it, if you're a musician in the last 18 months, there hasn't been shit going on. So it's a good excuse to keep you writing and creating. If you can get in one of those song clubs, I don't know if there's a lot of that going on in Australia, but I've actually thought of starting one myself, or you could start one yourself. Call up a half a dozen mates and say, hey, let's all write a song a week. And you can have there's a prompt in the one that I'm in, there's an idea, somebody gives you a title that you can write to. Can be anything, or you guys can just be like, all right, let's all just hold each other accountable and write a song a week. That's good just to keep your writing going and keep you making music. How to monetize that is, man, it's a great question because it's getting harder and harder nowadays to make money in the music business. here's what I've done. Diversifying what you do has kept me playing music. Being able to play guitar, being able to write songs, being able to play with other people, being able to make my own records and my own music, being able to play in the studio, play on sessions, being able to play a variety of instruments, mandolin, guitars, bass, keyboards, anything you can do to, diversify your skill set is a good thing. I'm going to talk to you about all that other stuff in a private email. But there's a few things. And the Song Club thing, for anybody else out there that's tuning in, get in the Song Club. Alright. Everybody sick of my voice yet? I know I am. So I'm going to play some music. Okay. I got a couple new ones. I played them last week. I'm going to play them again because that's the only way to figure out what they are. Alright, I'm going to scare everybody. Maybe the battery died in that. Alright, it did. Alright, this is one from my Song Club a couple weeks ago. Easy come, easy go, flying high, flying low. It's just another rodeo I'm riding. Right side up, upside down, another day in an all-night town. Jesus in a no-tell motel hiding. I've been true north, I've been south too. There's no sticking around this world, there's only passing through. Windshield time is where I'm at, El Camino, rat-a-tat. Give me the truth and a dirty guitar. Starlight, half a moon, I might be late or just too soon. What's it matter anyway, who's out there keeping track? I've been true north, I've been south too. There's no sticking around this world, there's only passing through. Miles of good love, miles of heartache. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes it's a big mistake. Looking inward, looking out, looking for things worth talking about. Do I run my mouth or bite my tongue? Miles of good and bad luck, miles of nothing but being stuck. Growing older, staying young. I've been true north, I've been south too. There's no sticking around this world, there's only passing Here's another one. See if I can get this right. I have my beat machine going, but the battery died. Shit. It's a bummer. Oh, maybe it'll work. Yeah, there we go. Okay. You guys getting that? Okay, I'll jump in on some of these comments in a minute. I'm just going to play a bit. That's not the key. Alright, here we go. To death, dreaming its last dream, taking its last breath. Southern darkness cooling on your skin. No way to see the trouble you're in. Load your gun, sharpen your blade. Put on your nightshade. Fighting and loving, tears of the truth, hide the burden of proof. I like the way it feels, reading the tales, the chants of a stranger in the midnight bells. I see my future when the light fades in my nightshade. Out for the kill, buzzing around my tree. Runs in my blood, makes my heart race. The lips of an angel, the thrill of a chase. Nightshade, I hide the devil in my eyes when I'm If you start one, I want to join. Okay, yeah, Song Club. Cool. Good. The Bernie Bird. I like it with the electric. Alright, cool, man. You're onto something. Add some horns. Oh, that could be cool. Alright, horns. Yeah. Alright, a few more songs. It's 10 after 9. We had a late start. Let's see. Oh yeah. I want to do this. Had a request. Oh, he wanted to hear this. I love this request, by the way. Somebody sent me a message from Denmark, I think. I wanted to hear Animal Eyes on the Firebird. So let's get that going. Let's plug it in. That'll get it going. Yeah, no worries, Austin. Thank you. Okay. All right. We'll try this electric. See if I can remember it. There we go. Let's get a little more verb going. Because, you know, it's Friday night. A little bit delay. All right. Crawling out of the morning, shedding dead skin. Last night I was a real chameleon. Crawling into daylight, I lost a lover boy unbound. Looking for myself and my shadow on the ground. I've been deep in thinking. I've been a real nowhere man. I've been out of my body and my head, and I can't find a reason to come back yet. Up on trial for killing time again. What am I supposed to do when the bastard won't stay dead? I kicked a star into a black hole. Some things you gotta see, some things you gotta know. I've been deep in thinking. I've been a real nowhere man. I've been out of my body and my head, and I can't find a reason to come back, yeah. The street light outside is on the blink, and the nights here are so heavy-handed, staring into animal eyes. I've been deep in thinking. I've been a real nowhere man. I've been out of my body and my head, and I can't find a reason to come back, yeah. All right, that kind of works. I used to play I Don't Have a Clue with my band. Oh, wow. That's cool. That's from my first record, Transcontinental. I wrote that with Terry McBride and Al Anderson. Do you guys know who Al Anderson is? He was in NRBQ. He was in Vince's band for a long time too. He's one of the coolest people in the world. Crowds loved it. They thought it was our song. That's the greatest compliment. That's awesome, man. I love that. That just made my day. Okay, it's almost time to wind it up. Wind it down. So I'm going to play a couple more. I was thinking about this song today. I haven't played it in a minute. Oh yeah, shameless plug. Tips, if you want to. Venmo, there's PayPal. Pop a 20 in the mail. Whatever you feel like doing. Or buy a shirt. guitarhouse.net. Man, getting smooth at this. Or go to reverb.com. Type in my name. You can get a Jedd In The Shed t-shirt. I saw one just today out in the streets of Austin. Not really. A dear friend of ours who runs Cass's school. Just happened to be wearing one. Okay, so a couple more songs. Here we go. Mediums are out of stock. Oh, really? God. Okay. I'll tell Drew. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Gonna make me a crazy old man someday, long before my jet black hair turns gray. Scares me half to death sometimes the way you take my breath away. You're gonna make me a crazy old man someday. You're gonna wear my heart down to the bone. Draw a little bit of life out of this stone. The only thing I ever loved too much to ever think about running away. You're gonna make me a crazy old man someday. The storm that sinks the ship. And you could steal the last kiss from my lips. But right now the sun is shining, let's just make some hay. You're gonna make me a crazy old man someday. Be the story that I tell when it's just me talking to myself. You're gonna be the good times and the bad, but either way, you're gonna make me a crazy old man someday. You're gonna make me a crazy old man someday. Okay. Thanks everybody for spending Friday night. Sorry about the delay in the beginning. Really appreciate you guys tuning in and all the messages this week and the tips. Thank you so much. A little bit goes a long way in our little house, so thank you. Super appreciate it. I really do. I'll see you guys again next week. I'm kind of getting into this Friday night Jedd In The Shed thing. It's fun. Send me a message to the Mailbag if you want. jeddhughesofficial@gmail.com. jeddhughesofficial@gmail.com if you want to shoot me a message about anything. If you want to hear something or hear me ramble on about ridiculous And thanks to our neighbours in Castlewood Forest for tuning in. I see Laurie's on the line. What's up, Laurie? I love it when the neighbours tune in. Super cool. I hope you all have a great Friday night, and I'll see you next week. This is called Silver Linings. The sun rises steady, the dreamer's eyes open. It's not quite the world or the life he was hoping. See, silver linings. He stares out the window, the kettle is whistling. It's not what he had, it's what he's never had that's missing. And see, silver linings. Never too late, never quite ready or willing to wait for silver linings. Head in the clouds, feet in the sand, casting his heart on a hook once again for All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week. Big love.